right, welcome back.
Let's go.
Sports Show. Here we go, some NFL action. Week 9 in the books as we're moving to Week 10, past the halfway point. It seems like that AFC North especially is all clogged up. 5-3, 5-3, 5-3. But let's go and get into this. The Eagles taking on those Cowboys. Jalen Hurts so damn good. 28-23. Eagles on top. Go to 8-1. My God, are they having a season. Cowboys drop to 5-3. Jalen Hurts 17-23, 207, 2 touchdowns. Banged up his knee. Prescott 374, 3 touchdowns. CeeDee Lamb had a big game here. 11 catches, 191. Are the Eagles by far and away the best team in the NFL right now at 8-1?
Yes.
Yeah, I completely agree. Let's slide over another team that's getting a lot of love here the last few weeks. The Ravens putting a chokehold on the Seahawks, 37-3. Whoa, 7-2 the Ravens go, 5-3 the Seahawks go. The Ravens continue their dominance in NFC matchups. Ravens 298 on the ground, boom, 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 3 touchdowns. Keaton Mitchell, if you heard of this guy, you're a damn liar. 138 rushing yards. Kyle Van Noy, former Detroit Lion, 2 sacks. Geno Stone with an interception, 6 now on the season, leading the NFL. Similar to the Lions game, right? The way they just completely clamped down on Seattle, just ran that ball up there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, it's the Ravens are going to be interesting to see what they do down the stretch. You know, I'm not the biggest Lamar guy, but hey, if you're running the ball that much, probably going to have a good game.
Interesting style, the way they're doing it like they always do out there in Baltimore. Defense and just running the ball. 515 yards gained to only 151. Almost like I said, a replay of what they did to the Motor City Kitties, the Steelers. Ugly, ugly win, 20-16, but they got it. 5-3. Now the Titans drop to 3-5. Mike Vrabel might be standing outside looking for a job. Pickett versus Levis. Pickett versus Levis. The first matchup of many, probably the next 5 to 6 years. Levis 262 and an INT. Pickett 160 and a touchdown. George Pickens, where are you? 2 catches, -1 yards. Alex Highsmith, 2 sacks, 5 quarterback hits. He was putting pressure on Mr. Levis here. Late interception by Pittsburgh seals it up. Check out this AFC North right now. Is this the best division in football? Baltimore 7-2, Pittsburgh 5-3, Cincinnati 5-3, and Cleveland 5-3 as we have a bunch up out there. Who do you think's taking that division?
I mean, I'd like to say the Steelers, but I can't. I don't think we're a good team, honestly. Ravens or Bengals. Those.
Yeah, see, Baltimore, I think I'm sold on. That's why I asked. I know they're front runner right now here at 7-2, but they got something going on here, at least right now. They're absolutely on fire in that run game. Defense just causing hell. Let's stick in the division here. Is the Bengals 24-18 over Buffalo. Man, is Buffalo falling off here. 5-3 for Cincinnati, 5-4 for Buffalo. 2 teams going completely opposite directions. 4 straight wins for Cincinnati. Burrow, God, is he coming back? 348, 2 touchdowns. T. Higgins, 8 catches, 110. 8 different receivers with a catch for Cincinnati. Something's wrong with the Buffalo Bills out there, man. Josh Allen led the team in rushing. What is going on with Buffalo?
Yeah, I know we talked about it last week. Buffalo has a lot of injuries on that defensive side of the football this year. But also Josh Allen is not playing very good football. I heard Valeni bringing up yesterday that sometime this week that he thinks Josh Allen and the Bills are Dan Marino and the Dolphins.
Oh.
They're a good team, but they just can't get to they just can't crest the hill. You know, Dan Marino's got one more Super Bowl. He didn't win it, but he got there. I mean, that's Bill's life, though, right? Like, isn't this the cursed franchise of the Bills? This is what they do.
Yeah, it's wild what's going on here. I think Josh Allen's just putting everything on his back. I mean, you're leading the team in rushing at 44. A lot of these rush plays, too, they're not called for him. He's just taking off and going. You got Gabe Davis, you got Stephon Diggs. Trust these guys downfield instead of tucking and running because he's going to end up getting hurt here by the end of the season. Hope he doesn't. But it seems like that's the direction he's going, trying to carry that team on his back and his legs. The Vikings, how the hell are the Minnesota Vikings still winning? 38-28. Jaron Hall got hurt, concussion. KJ Osborne goes down. Cam Akers goes down. But we got Josh Dobbs, They didn't know anybody.
Dobbs.
Yeah, Josh Dobbs looking for jobs. Josh Dobbs, 158 yards, 66 on the ground, and a touchdown. A little scamper there at the end. Falcons still refuse to use Bashaud Robinson in any short yardage situations. I don't know if they fucking know they drafted this fucking guy. The way they're fucking using him is awful. But how the hell is Minnesota still sticking around here?
Yeah, it's I think their defense is pretty decent. They lost so much on offense. Thielen's gone. Yeah, Dalvin Cook, he's gone. So I guess they're hanging in. But if you actually, 5-4, but the Lions have a full 2-game lead in that division. So I think the Vikings will peter off down the stretch. Lions are going to run away with that division, in my opinion.
Run, kiddies, run. Go Detroit Lions. All right, the Raiders. Oh, boy. 30-6. They go to 4-5. Yeah, the Giants go to 2-7. My God, I think a Pee Wee football team can rack up more yards than the Giants. Antonio Pierce gets his first win as head coach. Yeah, the Raiders go to 24-0. Excuse me, the Raiders up 24-0 at halftime. Daniel Jones hurt his knee. I was actually surprised they rolled him out here the way he collapsed that second time with that knee.
Yeah.
Tommy DeVito. Whoa, wasn't he the Penguin in one of the Batman movies? 175 yards, a touchdown, 2 interceptions. Josh Jacobs looking good, 98 yards and a touchdown. Jacoby Myers had a nice little rushing touchdown on a sweep. 3 sacks for Max Crosby. Man, 8 as a team as they absolutely obliterated the Giants. Aiden O'Connell, the rookie quarterback, getting the start for the Raiders. Giants are in full fucking rebuild mode, right?
Yeah, that's a total mess. You look at some of the clips you see of Dayball on the sideline.
Yeah, that's a franchise, man, that's taking a step back. Saquon, you might as well get the hell out of there. I think he only signed a 1-year extension anyways. That is complete rebuild city out there. And the Packers, they got to win. How? 20-3 over the Rams. They go to 3-5. Rams go to 3-5. Snaps a 4-game losing streak.
Speaking of rebuilds, the Rams.
Right. 4-game losing streak snapped in half for the Packers. 184 rushing yards. They did this one on the ground. Rams have lost 3 in a row now. Bright ripping, 130 yards and an interception for the Rams. Love, 20 of 26 for 228. Do you think there's any hope here for the Packers as we get down this stretch run?
No, they're not a good football team. They're just not.
I agree.
Quarterback is play aside, they're not a good team.
Yeah, I mean, they can run the ball, but yeah, putting it up in the air. Love, I mean, I know this is his first season starting, but I don't know where all the offseason hype was coming out about love this, love that. I didn't love any of that shit that I heard about the Packers. The Chiefs, 21-14 over the Dolphins. 7-2 for the Chiefs, 6-3 for Miami. Germany got to watch some football. Dolphins get off to an awful start.
Yeah, we got the football.
Yes, we got the football. 21-0 at halftime. The Chiefs jumped all over Dolphins. Bounced back in the second half, scoring 14 points. Still dropped 21-14. Only getting their points in the third quarter. Shutout in the fourth quarter. Mahomes, 185 yards, 2 touchdowns. Tua, 193 and a touchdown. Brian Cook with a scoop and score for the Chiefs. Tua, botch a snap there late at the end to wrap it up for the Chiefs. Isn't it kind of weird now with all the Taylor Swift stuff going? It seems like everybody's kind of been quiet now on the Chiefs, but they're sitting there at 7-2 right now. Best team in the AFC, Kansas City.
No, I think the Chiefs are the worst 7-2 team because they're not the same Chiefs. Like the normal Chiefs are blowing everyone out, and like Miami is a fake team too. I mean, let's just put that out there. They haven't beat a team that's above 500. They've lost all 3 games to teams that are above 500. They're not a real team. They're fake.
Like that stat.
But I think the Ravens are a better team than the Chiefs. I think they're dominant on both sides of the ball right now, and they're playing the best football in the league.
Look at you talking shit and dropping stats. Oh, my goodness. I'll say this about Kansas City. I think you're right offensively, but I was looking through the defensive stats here. I think they're third in total yards allowed. So defensively, they got it going on here. I think that offense will eventually pick up. Let's go to Cleveland. The Browns, 27-0 over the ugly Cardinals.
Cleveland Steamers.
5-3 for the Browns, 1-8 for Arizona. Clayton Tune, Looney Tune, 58 yards, only 2 interceptions. Looked like Bugs Bunny out there for Arizona. Led the team in rushing, too, with only 28 yards. Watson, 219, 2 touchdowns. He's probably getting a great massage after that game. Amari Cooper, 139 yards and a touchdown. The Texans, 39-37 over the Buccos. Who needs a damn kicker? Did you see this? They trotted their little running back out there. Quink, doinked a field goal in. Crazy shit.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, it was bad. C.J. Stroud, though, 475 touchdowns. Noah Brown, 6 catches, 153, 29-yard field goal, as mentioned, by the Texans kicker to make it 33-30. Tampa Bay came downfield to reclaim the lead, but C.J. Stroud had other ideas as they marched downfield for the touchdown with only 6 seconds left to take the win. The Colts, 27-13. Who the hell even watched this game? As they go to 4-5, the Panthers go to 1-7. Kenny Moore, 2 pick sixes for the Colts. Bryce Young, looking horrible. 173 yards, a touchdown, 3 interceptions, 8 touchdowns, only 7 interceptions on the season for the Panthers. We just talked about C.J. Stroud, Rookie of the Year, no doubt about it. How bad do you feel right now as a Panther fan, seeing what he's doing out there compared to what you got?
You and I said it at the draft show that Bryce Young was not going to be any good because he's too damn small. He just is. I mean, it's not making fun of a guy for being short. It's just a fact. Quarterbacks that are that short have a very tough time in the league. They just do. He's getting his ass kicked out there, you know?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Jalen Hurts must have sparked some kind of renaissance with these short quarterbacks that came out, because I think that was the thing. Oh, let's get him. He's going to be the next Jalen Hurts. My ass. He looks horrible out there. And I know he doesn't have a lot of playmakers on the offensive side of the ball, but 8 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. And it's not a good look when C.J. Stroud's looking like a goddamn 10-year veteran out here. The decision-making. Only 1 interception as a rookie to 14 touchdowns. Big difference out there. Washington, 20-17 over the Patriots. Washington goes to 4-5. Patriots go to 2-5. Bentley, the middle linebacker at Purdue, 13 tackles and 2 sacks. Sam Howell putting up big numbers out here quietly in Washington, 325 yards and a touchdown. Patriots are 0-5 outside the division this year. Let's see. Late interception by Washington shuts down New England. First win without Sweat and Chase Young for Washington. Patriots, I think, another one of those teams. They might as well just pack it in at this point and try to get a top 3, top 4 pick.
Agreed.
Out there. The Bears lose to the Saints 24-17. The Bears go to 2-7. The Saints go to 5-4. Hill, 1 receiving touchdown, 1 passing touchdown, put up 52 yards on the ground. Tyson Bagnet, however the hell you pronounce his name for the Bears, 220 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. First player since Frank Gifford for Hill to have 10 touchdowns as a passer, runner, and a receiver. Kind of the do-all-back Swiss Army knife quarterback / whatever the hell Lego transformer piece you want to call Hill for the Saints. Does it all. Saints force 5 turnovers on the Bears. Odebo, 2 interceptions, forced fumble, and a fumble recovery for the Saints. The Bears, do you think they're looking quarterback next year?
I absolutely so. I think that's a hard reset. I think, what's that guy's name? Alphabis? I'm sure I butchered the fuck out of that. I think you got coaches out of there. You got Kevin Warren, noted scumbag, running that organization now. I think they shit-canned the GM, too, and brought in a new GM. So, yeah, that's a full rebuild out there. And, my goodness, what a disaster in Chicago.
The Chargers, 27-6 over the Jets. Chargers go to 4-4. The Jets go to 4-4. 8 sacks for the Chargers against those poor New York Jets. Even with the win, Herbert did not look impressive. Only 136 yards passing. Zach Wilson had 263. 2 rushing touchdowns for Eckler. I think this is one of those cases where it was more of the competition than the team. I mean, we talked about the numbers that Herbert put up. Nasty, but the Jets are just so bad. Dominating performance for the Chargers against a bad Jets team. What's going on with all these teams in New York, man?
Yeah, they all suck. You remember before the season when all that hype was around Aaron Rodgers? This is a 500 team. They would not be any better with Aaron Rodgers. I'm sorry. Their defense is a total disaster. Their offensive playmakers are non-existent. Like Bryce Hall is their only
Yeah, the running back.
Actually, it's Brees Hall, isn't it?
Yeah, Brees.
Brees like the fucking wind. But that's their only playmaker that I see on that team, and I don't think. Saleh's in a tough situation out there. That organization's a mess too. So yeah,
is that your next Spartan coach?
No, that guy's gonna get another NFL job. He's not going to college. He's too damn good of a coach. Yeah. I feel bad for him taking the Jets job, but he'll land somewhere. I think he probably. I don't know if he gets fired. Maybe he just leaves on his own. But that's a disaster out there.
Yeah, I think he might have one more year, but yeah, the offseason hype train on that was just a little ridiculous. All right, let's get some fun stuff going here. We're going to do our top 5 power rankings. We're going to do our MVP for the halfway point. We're going to have some teams that are doing well right now will probably fade away. And we're also going to be able to change our Super Bowl pick. This is the one only time you can change your Super Bowl pick right here. So let's go. My top 5. I got the Eagles. A.J. Brown just having a career year. The Ravens, the run game's devastating. The defense, we all know what they can do. Roquan Smith, Hamilton, Geno Stone, all having good years for Baltimore. The KC Chiefs, I got 3. Beating Miami, moved them up for me. I got the Lions. Great bounce back win. I think that was a good sign. Gibbs has been playing out of his mind the last 2 games. Hopefully that can only improve. And I got the Dolphins at 5. Tyreek Hill having a career year. What do you got for your top 5?
We'll mimic yours minus the Dolphins. I'm going to swap out the Dolphins for the Jaguars. The Jags are playing very good football right now. 6-2. Trevor Lawrence is playing good ball. I think they're a really good team. I think they're for real.
The Jags. All right. So who's your MVP right now, halfway through this football season?
Go anywhere other than him for MVP right now.
Yep, that's who I got.
Hard sell against him.
Yep, I got Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
He's knocking at the door of 2,000 at the halfway point. He's definitely on pace to get it, which would be insane. I know the 17 games is definitely going to help him reach that number. All right, how about some teams that are kind of hanging in there that I think we're just going to fade away? I got the Vikings. This story sounds nice fairy tale, but I don't see them doing this the entire season. I got the Vikings. Goodbye. Fading away here during the second half.
Yeah, I'd say the Vikings too. I'm going to put a surprise one out there. The Bills. I think the Bills are going to end up under 500.
Yeah, they were on my mind. They were on my mind for sure as one of those teams that would just kind of go away. All right, now you can change your Super Bowl pick if you want. You had Cincinnati and the Eagles. Didn't look good for Cincy in the beginning, but man, they're looking good now. Could you want to change your pick, or is that who you want to roll with?
I'm sticking with it. Cincinnati's playing really good ball, and Eagles are far and away the best team in the league, so I'm going to stick with it.
Oh, damn it. Well, I had Buffalo, and I had the 49ers. Buffalo does not look good. San Francisco's had a ton of injuries. I'll stick with San Francisco. But out there in the AFC, I got to go Baltimore. I know we're hot and heavy in the moment right now. And towards the end, we'll see how it all works out. But as of right now, I got the Ravens and the Niners. Get the hell out of here, Buffalo. That's my Super Bowl pick.
Good choice.
Thank you. All right. Well, that's that for this NFL action. Anything else you want to dip and dabble and get into? The Lions, though, are going to be kind of... I think the Lions are dependent on home field advantage, though. I think if they don't get some home field games in the playoffs, I think they'll win one, but I don't think they're going to go far. They really need something to happen in Philadelphia at the top, which it doesn't look like it's going to. I think they'll really take a playoff run here.
Take on the Lions.
Go for it.
They are a first round out if they don't get a bye because they did nothing at the deadline. And I know the people are going to say, well, Donovan Peoples-Jones is a fucking nobody. I could have gone at some. They needed defensive line help because Hutchinson hasn't done anything in 3 weeks? Because he's getting doubled, and it's easy to double him when you have nobody on the other side. So the Lions are primed for an early playoff exit because when you get into the playoffs, you have to put pressure on the opposing quarterback. If you just let him sit there and pick you apart, doesn't matter how good your secondary is, and yes, they have good pieces in the secondary, you're going to get torn up. And without that pressure on the quarterback, the Raiders game, the Raiders were a disaster, but they needed to do that, and they didn't. And I don't think that they're going to go very far in the playoffs because of it.
Yeah, it was a disappointing trade deadline for the Lions. I was actually kind of surprised that they went on the offensive side of the ball, picking up the wide receiver. I think there's so many needs on defense, especially when you're this close. You never know what's going to happen next season. You don't know if Goff's going to break his ankle in the preseason. Like, when you're in the moment and you can make your run right now, you go for it. I would have went all in, to be completely honest with you. Second-round picks, first-round picks, let's fucking go. Let's go for it. I mean, look at Philly. Look at San Francisco. Yeah. San Francisco went all in on it. Why not us? We're at the fucking door. It's very rare we get in this position. I would have fucking went all in. I would have called for Max Crosby, and I know a lot of people say, well, I would have sacrificed it, man. I would have went a first and a second. Let's fucking go for it. So, yeah, very disappointing.
Or even go and get Donnell Hunter. Lock him up.
Well, and what's even more discouraging is if you look at all the defensive linemen that were available that were moved. Sweat and the D tackle for Washington, the other one, Payne. Sweat and Payne moved from Washington. Yeah, they were available.
And they went for like a second and a third.
Right.
Which is nothing. Literally nothing.
Why not? McNeil, Hutchinson, then throwing these other guys out there. I was really disappointed the Lions just didn't get extremely aggressive. Instead of playing it safe, just fucking go all in. Who knows next season what's going to happen? You really don't know. And it was kind of deflating. I know they've said that they're good with the guys they have, which I truly believe that. But, man, you have the chance to fucking get something going here. Why not go for it? Niners, like you said, got Chase Young. Throw him in there with Bosa. The linebacking core up there is already sick. Eagles' defense is already loaded. I don't know. Thought they could have did a little bit more. But, you got anything else, or is that it?
I think that's it for football, good sir.
I
had something to talk to you after we're done. Some news just came out, but
oh boy! All right, there it is. Your NFL halfway point show. Thanks for watching. See ya.